What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan and I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our weekly Digimon TCG market analysis. Again, usually I try to do these on Fridays. It's been a little bit difficult with family and other videos going up, so I'm at least trying to do them on Saturdays. If I can't do them Friday, I'll try to have it up for Saturday. So that's kind of like my guarantee. Friday, Saturday. Friday if I can, Saturday if not. So we have our market analysis. We're going to go through some of the cards in the game right now, see how they're doing, see if they're worth buying or not, and just let you guys know what might be worth selling and what might be worth picking up if you're looking on building a deck. So we got a few cards, choice cards we've chosen here, and we'll get into that. And and hey, if you enjoy this type of content, be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you miss a single minute of fun. Without further ado, let's get into it. Let's talk about this. We love starting with the tournament cards, so we're going to start with the tournament cards from the regionals pack. We got the first set of regionals packs. I got mine just the other week, so it was really nice, and I'll be getting another one from the core TCG that I just did on April 8th or whatever the date was, April 6th or 7th, which was last Saturday. And I have an Ultimate Cup tomorrow, so that'll be nice too. Again, we've only had one set of these guys come out, but now there's another set on their way, so these things will drop right now. Some of these cards, it looks like they've already dropped. These guys were already under the $10 mark. These guys were a little bit higher. It looks like they've started to come down. I expect that they'll be under $10 soon, and with these guys following suit to maybe the $10 to $15 range, as these are the more popular ones to get a hold of. So they are coming down already, and we haven't even got our second batch yet, so that's a good sign, and I think they're going to come down. And so if you are looking to collect, I would potentially wait until you or sign up for regionals, and then you can get that and a whole bunch more prize support. So that's another good way to do it. But if you can't sign up for regionals, I'd give it a little bit of time, wait. I think by the time we get our third set, which is going to be in May, we'll see these guys come down quite a bit more. So that's just my thought on that. Again, really great cards, really love them, and excited for the Wave 2 set and whatever the Wave 3 set is going to be. Anyways, next we have Guillemon. Guillemon is last year's Ultimate Cup card. Now, because of the Gallantmon top in Europe, this card actually started to go up. This was a little bit below the $20 mark, but now it's kind of sitting there. It's been sold for about $23 to $25 in the last couple of days. I know you see here it's got that median price. Of course, I don't know if I'm set to Canada. That's the problem there. If you're set to Canada, it doesn't do it the way it's supposed to, because I usually go by U.S. prices. So one thing to also, if you're trying to do TCG unconverted, to make sure you're always set to the United States prices. That just gets you a better idea. See, it brings that down. But generally, I look at the last sold, because that gives you a good idea of what it's been selling for and what you could probably get it for. So about $25 is probably the best you can get it. It has peaked up here at that $23 to $25 range. I would sell these right now, because I feel like this is going to go back down. I don't think it's going to go that. There's less of them out there now that we have exited the Ultimate Cup round where you can get this card, but I think it's probably going to come back down below 20, so I think right now is your optimum time to sell. And another card that's optimum to sell right now is Digimon. This card was down at $5 for a while there. It has exploded. Digimon, it's just insane how much the Digimons are worth. And it's sold right there. You can see latest sales, $15. So that's you definitely want to pick or sell these right now, because they could go back down to $5 at any time. It's a great card, good for the deck, but they'll probably hit back down below $10, maybe even back to $5. Flamemon's still staying strong up there, that $35 to $40, which pays for your Ultimate Cup. We are going to see an Ultimate Cup tomorrow, so I do expect in the following weeks to see this come down as we get more copies of him on the market. And the same, I guess, can be said for Guillemon, which actually has come down since the beginning. He's holding at 60 pretty strong for the last little while. but I expect him to come down once there's more copies on the market, especially since, again, like I've said many times, there is the Nationals version, which is just as nice of an alternate art and so floating around there. So there's that too. Then we have Burning Greymon. This is the guy I'm hoping comes down in price, because if I can't get top 64, I really want to get a playset of him. It would be really cool. So I definitely hopeful that I can see this card come down a bit. And so we got right here, we have holding strong at that 160 mark. But again, there's limited, because he's top 64, so there's limited copies now with only one North American Ultimate Cup. But being that tomorrow I expect to see this come down a little bit, I'm hoping it will, but we'll see what has to happen. We've already seen one sold for like 120, so the more copies get on the market, the more people will sell down, and we could potentially see this card go below $100. But I think it's going to take some time. It's just such a great card. And then now we're done the tournament cards. It's going to be on to Demi Miramon, the pre-release egg. This card's pretty good, sitting at about $5 rare. So it's pretty good. This is one that kind of went under the radar for me, because it kind of dipped down back when the set came out, and then kind of slowly crept up, but maintained low value. But still, $5 for a Digi Egg pre-release at this point is actually a pretty good price, considering everything else is like $1 or less. Most pre-release cards are really cheap right now, with the few other cards being the exception. We had a lot of SecCon top the last regionals last week, so I took a look, and it looks like Magna Angemon is climbing again. He's got his, he's getting back up there, getting to $20, $25 range, coming out of the 15s. There's still some being sold for cheap, but you see right there, the day before, 2 sold for $25. So I think this is a card that could potentially go up a little bit more. It's $20-ish now. I could see it going back up to 25, so it might be a good time to sell. Not such a good time to buy. Leviamon, we've talked about Leviamon lots, but I just like to track its downward spiral trajectory. Leviamon, I don't think is doing as good as a lot of people thought it was going to do. There's still a lot of Leviamon coming in at tournaments, but overall, I think it hasn't done as good as, it's not storming the event and taking like a huge amount of spots. So I do think that is something that has continued to see the X antibody guide decrease slowly and slowly. I mean, last time I think we took a look at it about a week ago, it was just around the $30 mark. Now it's kind of come down here, $28. I think that this will go as low as the other Leviamon and see about $25 to $23. Just give it a little bit of time. So I would wait to pick this up. Satsuki's not really doing much, still maintaining its value here at around that $36 mark. I could probably, I don't know how many copies we have of it. Again, I made the mistake, I'm on the Canadian one, but there's a bunch of copies. Or if there's only a few copies, you could see a buyout on that as well. Okay. Yeah, there's not, I guess there's no listings, eh? Yeah, so there's no listings. So this could go up. This could see $40 again. Well, I mean, it's already median's already listed around $40. So you could see this go over $40, I think, pretty soon, especially if Numemon continues to top. Numemon topped the last event, took first place. So I could see this card going up again. Talking about cards that are good in all sorts of decks, we have Ukamon, the holo version. This card's nuts. It's sitting around $15 to $20. It has cooled off a little bit, but I think until we get the next Ukamon support and until we get the reprint of this guy in the basic, I want to say it's the anniversary box, but I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically the newest version of the Tamer Goods set, or the premium Bandai set that's coming out that has this guy as an alternate and all the beginning guys basically as alternate arts. So I think that'll probably bring the price of this guy down a little bit. We might see it go $15 to $10. Of course, this is still a limited print, hard to get, so I think it'll maintain. And this card's good in like so many decks, hybrid decks, Numamon. There's so many decks that can utilize this guy. Super good because they don't care about their raising. They don't care about creating a stack in the back. And any deck can do that. Needs like 3 to 4 Ukamon. So I think it's gonna, it's good. Definitely a good time to sell. I think it'll probably come down a little bit, but so I will wait. Chimeramon. I don't know why these things are all opening up here. Chimeramon has been really good in so many decks. Lugamon, Numamon. There's so many good decks that use Chimeramon. He's always been expensive, and you've seen an upward trajectory here. At the beginning of the month here, you've seen just kind of, and it started to level off here, sitting him at around that $24 to $30 mark. And then I think the other one is at least the regular is at least around $10 still for a super rare from BT8. So it's still a good card, and people are playing lots of it, and it's continuing to go up. So I think it's going to continue to go up even more if the decks keep doing well. So I would definitely wait to buy, but now's probably a good time to sell. Platinum Numamon pre-release. Again, Numamon topped, so it's been doing well. This card's kind of skyrocketed up here. You can see it on this upward trajectory as Numamon takes off. It's sitting around $7 to $8. Low end being $6, but again, for a pre-release card from BT14, that is a rare. That's actually pretty good because most rare pre-release cards, since they're already foil, are like $1. No, if not even. We got Death X here. You see he's still looking lots of Death X in decks, especially like Numamon, Sekon. He's still pretty pricey. This card definitely needs a reprint because this card is, and I know we get a reprint version of him, I think in LM03. So if they continue to bring out those LMs, I think he's going to be a very important part of that LM stuff right there, especially for the reprint portion of it. And then, like the base him is still $60 with the other one, coming in at $80 to $100 last sold. So yeah, it's still a hard card to get a hold of. So if you don't need them, I'd sell them. And if you do need them, I would wait. Hopefully that reprint comes sooner than later. Gallantmon, we have Gallantmon again. It's still kind of leveled off here from its top a couple weeks ago, but still an expensive card at $65. I think that, I think the Gallantmon top, it's a good deck, but I think it takes a lot of practice and a really good player to play Gallantmon well enough to win. So I think that this is something that will probably come down maybe. I'd say that it would probably come down to the $50 range. I know this card's continued to maintain a really high level, and I think you want to wait and see what happens because I think this is going to come back down. We've seen it down here, $55. I think it'll come back down there. We just got to wait a little bit. Venusmon. Oh, Venusmon. It's just, yellow vaccine, SecCon. This card's nuts. And it's broken, it's stupid, and it's expensive because it's a BT10 alt, and it's continuing to maintain a lot of value. And I think it'll come down. I think as the format changes, I think you have to wait until we get BT16 to see how those decks fare in the new format. And once that happens, if this isn't as good against certain decks, I think it'll come back down to that $50 range, or sorry, not $50 range, but might come down to the $40 range. It really hasn't dropped. Like if you look here, it really hasn't dropped for a while. The biggest drop it had put it around $50. So I definitely think that this is something you definitely want to sell if you don't need it. And just keep an eye out if you're looking for it, because if we get a format where it's not as good, I can see this thing dropping, and then that might be the perfect time to pick up. We got Belphemon here, and we're going to Belphemon Ruin mode or Rage mode with the alternate art in just a second. But I did want to mention like Balfamon of Impact 6 is nuts. The price for him is just nuts. $44 for like a rare alternate art. I think this is something that we're going to have to really wait till we get more Event Pack 6, and once the market's flooded with them, these will drop, especially since there's only 9 cards, and you're getting 3 packs for regionals instead of 1, with the potential to get 5 packs if you top. So just the fact that they're giving you more stuff is super important. I think it's going to be really good. We will do another video, I think, where we go through the Event Pack 6 cards and take a quicker look at their market analysis, but for right now, we're just kind of getting into Balfamon. Balfamon has topped the last regionals, top 4. This card, it's been really good for a long time, but it's on a steady decline. I think the player who took it was really skilled and really knew his deck and was able to win, so that's really nice for him. But I think that this does have, it's not as good in this meta as it could be, especially with all the hits to purple over the last little while. So I definitely think that this is something that takes a more skilled player to do, and so I think it'll continue to drop in price. You can see here it's curving down here. So you can say we could see it back down at $20, and then if you really like this deck and want to play and want to see if you can be as good as the player that got top 4, I think that you want to wait and see what happens, because I think this card's going to come down a little bit. Raremon is nuts. Raremon is $45. Raremon, I'm so glad I got my Raremons for like 25 to 30, because this card just continues to just be expensive and to hold its own. So promo Raremon, buy some EX, buy some cheap EX5 and hope you pull some of him from the booster or from the box toppers. And lastly, we have our joke card. Beautiful card, a really awesome card, but Anubismon, it's been hit. We did a Pokemon last week, so I thought we'd do Anubismon and just laugh at how the alt is like $3.72, and that the BT4 event pack is more expensive. That's our funny for the day. Well, guys, tell me what you think. Did you enjoy the market analysis? Did you find any good information from it? Tell us what you would like to see out of this series of videos, and if there's anything we can do to make it better, and we will do our best. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day, and that's all for now, folks.